Okay. Let me catch them in chat. But no, guys, we're gonna go through. These are all the games I streamed this year. I should already also move over here. We're gonna rank them on this kind of thing. Also, let me quickly get rid of this thing. My top would be Hamnet and one battle after another. What's one battle after another, Panda? He's tired of my watch streak. Let's go. Ian is like upper 80s. Yeah, they're getting on. Bro, I literally thought about this the other day. It's like a really sad thing where within the next however many years, like decade or so, because so in my house, Hobbit was on over Christmas, and like I fucking love Ian McKellen. Like he'd be one of those people when he passes away, I'll feel it. I think, but like it's like to think like growing up as like a nerd. Like, you know, he was in X-Men, he was in Lord of the Rings, like he was in so many of the things that shaped who I was and what my fandoms became, that I'll be so fucking upset when he dies. I fucking love Ian McKellen. He's so fucking good. This looks exciting. I'm excited. I'm excited as fuck. Guys, it has an ad start in 1 minute. I apologize in advance if you're not subbed. No. Her name is, what's her name? Rebecca something. It's the one. Hold on. Actress. Yeah, Rebecca Romaine. I think that's how you say it. But she was the original in the X-Men from like 2000. She's coming back as Mystique for Doomsday. Yeah, they're bringing Rebecca Romaine back. Just out of curiosity, why are they already showing trailers for a movie they won't come out until December next year? Can't remember that ever happening before. I think a lot of the time, so this is not like the final trailer. This is all like them just teasing stuff, I think. Like I think we'll probably get the actual trailer during the Super Bowl is my guess, because that's normally kind of when they want to show big ass trailers. But I think there's teasing things right now, you know what I mean? One battle after another was fantastic. And wait, it's already out? Will you post the tier list in the Discord? I can. It's a bit of you should see it for. Oh, it's already out. Okay. The best PTA movie ever, and that's saying. Wait, what's PTA like? I'm really thinking of like PTA meetings. I felt that way about Alan. I remember when I was in university when that happened, Mochi, and I remember like that day, because I think Alan Rickman died at the point where there was a lot of people dying like every other week or like every week, and I remember it like happening. Because I think David Bowie died around roughly the same time, but yeah, Alan Rickman passing away was like one of those ones where it's like, holy shit, like oh my god. That was very much a, you know, growing up as like a Harry Potter fan, it's like Snape. I'm like, oh. Paul Thomas Anderson. Okay. Oh, is that the one with Leo in it? Can you put on X-Men 97 one day, please? Yeah, Alex, you had 2 chances to watch it already, you bastard. But no, Alex needs to watch it, because Alex, you're gonna lose your shit. Like, I mean, I'm someone who didn't grow up really watching the X-Men cartoon. X-Men 97. Oh my god, you liked Marvel Zombies? Oh my god, wait until you see X-Men. If I'm missing, I can put it in Discord. Boogie Nights, There'll Be Blood, The Master. I know some of those movies. I've not seen any of them. Listen. Go on. I'll wait until ads are done. Then we can start doing this. And Teyana Taylor, Sean Penn, Benicio del Toro, Regina Hall, etc. I remember seeing the trailers for it. I know that's got like a lot of Oscar buzz around it, right? I have no excuse. I'm bad at TV. I mean, you know, you just doing other stuff, playing games or whatever. I don't have it like ongoing constantly. It's only ever like a month at a time. So, but we played a bunch of games this year. There are some on here which are like, we'll get to it, but like when did you play Me of the Hollower? I played the demo. I am counting demos, but that's why there's a gotta play more section. I finally got to watch Hazbin Hotel. Anyone in here opinions on it? I've never seen it. I know it's on Amazon Prime, right? Oh, I've not seen the new episode of Fallout today either. Shit. have to watch that tomorrow. Jesse Buckley doesn't get an Oscar for Hamnet. I'm throwing tables. Oh, you were asking about 2025 movies. I just realized, not 2026. Movies that I like this year. I mean, I didn't really watch that much. Like, legit, like, no, not even capping. Like, K-pop Demon Hunters is great. Probably one of my favorite films of the year. What did I see that's new? I don't think I don't think I watched that much. Like, again, all the Marvel movies. So, Captain America: Brave New World, Thunderbolts, and Fantastic Four. I've not seen Sinners yet. I've not seen Superman. I've not seen Jurassic World. I didn't see Wicked for Good. Yeah, I don't think I've watched that many films this year. I'm way more, especially nowadays, I'm way more of a TV person. Like, I get excited for seasons of TV coming out. Like, TV shows I've watched this year, like Adolescence, White Lotus. I'm watching Fallout as it airs right now, so obviously Stranger Things. I watched Ironheart, Daredevil. There was some good indie / fan films this year. For Liberty, Helldivers 2 fan film. Wait, there's a Helldivers 2 fan film? Let's go. Ninja and I watched Sinners the other day for the first time, and both of us didn't like it as much as we'd hoped we would. I feel like that film, I've seen like a lot of bits and pieces of it at this point, Mochi, that I do at some point need to watch it like start to finish. I think I'll have a good time with it, but I think I need to see like the actual like filmmaking side of it to get like behind like what people talk about with like the cinematography and all that shit. It looks interesting to me, but I'm sorry that it didn't necessarily pique your interest as much as you kind of hoped it would. Oh, The Long Walk, I know about, but I've not seen it. I know there's some controversy around that film because they changed certain things. I won't say too much, but they changed some elements of it, apparently. We both kind of felt like the ending was rushed and had a lot of holes in it. From what I know, I can see that, I guess. I feel like I should, I can see certain things. I don't know how long that whole movie is though, because I'm like I know like kind of the synopsis, if that makes sense at this point. I kind of know what happens, but I've just not seen the visual. Some of my tops this year were probably Sinners, Final Destination. Oh, Final Destination came out this year. Sorry Baby and the Demon Slayer movie was probably the best theater experience this year amongst with the ends of Weapons. I think I've seen the end of Weapons. This is the thing, when it's like, especially with horror movies, when I know I'm probably not going to watch it, I kind of just like read about it, if that makes sense. So like I know kind of what happens in 28 years later as well, really. Which I've heard people like, but then I've heard some people say that it was kind of shit. Also, Bone Temple comes out in like a month, so like, you know. Oh, I saw Lilo and Stitch. That's another one I watched. I was okay, but I didn't agree with the BS change they made to it. It did not align with the OG story anymore. I enjoyed it. There's one, I don't want to say too much just in case people haven't seen it yet. There's like one major change in Lilo and Stitch that I didn't like. Other than that, I still enjoyed it immensely. But I'm also, I mean, I have like a whole row of Stitch like memorabilia. I love Lilo and Stitch. What else? Yeah, I don't know. I'm trying to think of even of like TV shows at this point now. But I'm way more of like a TV person. But you know what I'm way more of? A game person. So yeah, we're gonna rank these in terms of kind of, this isn't necessarily like, I mean, it will factor into like how much I enjoyed the game or not, but this is more so of like how much I enjoyed streaming it, I guess. Did anyone see Sonic 3? No. There's not necessarily an order here. But no, let's start with just chatting. Just chatting, it's always a great time. I wouldn't put it in best time because I feel like I actually need to put actual games in there. But the live action Lilo and Stitch, they characterized Nani in that film. I am more annoyed about what they, I just want to say too much. The other character they massively changed. Because I still prefer Nani in the original, but I didn't dislike what they fully did with it, I guess. It was the other character that they basically 180'd, is all I'm gonna say. Bring Her Back was good, but also, but just not a fun watch whatsoever. What film is that? Talk shows and podcasts, which we did with Jazzy and with Sana. Great time. I want to do more podcasty stuff, but it's just a lot of work, and there's like CB. What's CB? The scientist. Oh, wait, I see what you're saying, Zach. Never mind. No, I'll just say what they did with Jumba, I don't like. I'll just say that. That's what I'm gonna say. There's some people know what I'm on about. That's what I'm gonna say. But yeah. I think TTM is more scary, but bringing her back is more disturbing, unnerving. But yeah, I have, you know, it was a fun watch. I know they are making a sequel, which I don't know how that's gonna go, because the sequels to Lilo and Stitch were never like stand out, and I didn't really care for the show that much. Just Shag should go in there. That was all right in my opinion. Oh my god. But no, I would love to do more podcasty stuff. I feel like maybe we can do this more in the future, but like more of a, not necessarily a once a year kind of thing, but probably like a every so often, like a 4 times a year thing. I don't know. I feel like I want a reason to do it rather than kind of just do it. Because I know right now, at least I'm not in a position where I'm like, yeah, I would do this weekly. You know what I mean? And then we got a bunch of Pokemons. I'm gonna say Scarlet Violet was a good time. Because a lot of that was just, we didn't do DLC this year. That was shiny hunting. So shiny hunting is always just, it was, you know, it's good. I have a good time. It's more than that was all right. Pokemon Legends ZA, I had a great time with streaming it. I love this game. Not the best game ever made by any means, but I definitely loved my time playing it. We're rating these based on how good the game was, or how both mixed together, basically, as Izzy. They'll both come to consideration, but this is more so leaning on the how I enjoy streaming it, if that makes sense. Like when I'm there playing a game, if like a game is if I'm massively engrossed in the game but also stream is, that's when it's like the best time, you know what I mean? Whereas, and this happened a little bit with Pokemon, and it's fine, but like sometimes I'll be playing this, I'm getting like hyped and chat's a bit quiet, then it doesn't, you know, it goes from being this to this, you know what I mean? Because I feel like it has to be at a point where it's like all connecting fully, if that makes sense. Because like there's some games on here which we'll get to, which I like that, whereas some make it more just a good time, or it's all right just because of whatever, you know what I mean? Maybe do a quarterly game chat, and then end of year you can do like a year in review podcast of all the quarters. Yeah, because there's something I could tie into doing when we do our like it's not a podcast about our fantasy league, but when I do like fantasy league stuff, it's something I could attach to that as like a, hey, here's games stuff, and like kind of like talk about what's happening and shit. I have thought about kind of tying stuff together. You stream Koira, that's it. We will get to Koira. But yeah, I streamed it. Basically, I put these together to an extent of like Heroes, all the Nintendo stuff, and then like Monster Hunters, and then these are all one and done games where I did it in like one stream. So we'll like get to stuff. Pokemon, so it says Fire Red, but this is Infinite Fusion. No, this is Radical Red even. I actually this was my favorite Pokemon experience of the year. I'm putting it in best time. Because it took like 10, 11 streams. We were like, when we were getting into it, we were getting into it. And like, it was difficult, and it was just a fun time. And like, I remember when there was like certain battles weren't going our way, and then it turned around, and then like chat was getting like hyped. I was like, this is sick. So yeah, I had a great time doing Radical Red. I would like to do more stuff like that, I think. Like, I feel like going forward, especially actually next year is the 30th anniversary of Pokemon. We will get probably the new generation next year. But like, at least at the start of the year, I don't know what I would do for Pokemon if I want to do more Pokemon stuff, because like I shiny hunt in this, which I'm also nearly done with at this point. This I am done with, you know what I mean? So like Pokemon XD Gale of Darkness is like the next thing I'll probably stream at some point, Pokemon related, or another kind of fan ROM hack thing, but we'll see. Donkey Kong was a great time, maybe even best time. We'll see in a minute, Alex. We'll see. Hi Taco, what's up? How are you, baby? Mwah! We have a good new year to everyone else. We made it. We did. And the new year is hopefully better than this year. Wherever that will happen. How's your festive period been, dude? What have you been up to? Overwatch 2. Overwatch 2 is always a great time. I wish there was, I think multiplayer games like kind of elevate, like other people might be like, especially as like a viewing thing, it might be like oh, it's a good time, but like just playing it and having fun with people is always going to be kind of up there. And I wish it was literally the game I play the most on stream. You might think it's Pokemon. Across it, then I probably guess it is, but Overwatch 2 I play a lot, and I enjoy it a lot, and we'll play more of it, and a lot more of it still in the new year. And I feel like this was the year that a lot more people started to get into it as well. I feel like, unless that was also last year, and this year's just flown by that much that I'm like, oh, it's been a year already. So no, it's always a great time. Rivals, I have a good time with it. I don't love it as much as I know some people in this community do. Obviously between the two of them, I still prefer to play Overwatch. But again, as a stream, especially as a stream thing, like I rank it lower just because I feel like I'm not having as fun a time with it, if that makes sense. Repo and Peak. I'm intrigued as to what you guys, like how you rate these two. Like which one do you guys prefer of them both? Because I think for me, I kind of have a different answer, or like the answer's a bit more complicated than one just being better than the other. Personally. Like, how did I rank them on my, I can't remember how I ranked them on my list. Okay. Overwatch and Marvel Rivals are too chaotic for me, to be honest. Can't play either of them for more than an hour or two with friends. That's fair. There are some games that I'm like that, where I'm like, I like literally, actually speaking of like Peak and Repo, like Peak is something that is like, say I was streaming it, I would be like, I could do like 2 or 3 runs and like, and then I'm kind of done because it's very much the same thing. Which I mean it is, because literally the mountain changes daily rather than like every session. You know, there are some games where it's like, I'm done for now, you know what I mean? Like even with Fortnite, like I play like a handful of matches and then I'm kind of done. For me, are they both great times? I think so. I don't know how to rank these. Repo is a great time. For sure. Repo, every time I've streamed it, and especially when new updates come out, I always have a really good time. You know, we scream, we laugh. I want to do more Repo streams, I feel like. Especially now that my PC can handle mods. Like the other night when I played with Ren was like the first time I'd done it with like any sort of mods on. And so I would like to do more of that stuff with people if people are down. Peak, I'm gonna put in good time. Funnily enough, I actually prefer Peak as a game to Repo. I think this is more like easy to jump in, and there's more weirdly of a variety to it, I guess. I think the updates that have come for Peak are better in terms of like having big biome changes. However, I think I prefer streaming Repo, but I prefer playing Peak, if that makes sense. So I'll put it just there for now. Maybe it could move up, but yeah, it's one of those weird things where it's like, this is more of a stream game to me. This is more of a play game for me. But also still fun to stream, but I feel like I don't get anything out of streaming it, if that makes sense. Or as much as like Repo does. Repo, you know, you get the scares, you get like people getting scared kind of thing. Whereas this is just kind of more chill, I guess. He's in the Loki skin for Rivals, by the way. Have they changed the voice actor, or is it just Troy like pitched differently? Or have they confirmed? Excuse me. Because I heard the voice, I was like, I can't fully tell. Oh, it's Magic's VA? Okay. So they didn't get like a whole brand new person that's like, hey, we already have you as like someone doing lines. Can you just do these ones for us quickly? But the more you know, let's go. Donkey Kong Bonanza. It's definitely here or here. Like you said, Alex, it's definitely one of the two. Why isn't there that was asked here? I've realized, Izzy, I will need to add one because we'll get to it. I do need to make a, nope, never again. It'll be never again. Actually, I did have a never again one, but I changed it to Gotta Play More because I was like, I feel like I shouldn't necessarily rank demos fully. We like ass Izzy's because it would just be my, oh my god, oh, measure room myself debt. Well, there you go. I'm glad it's an actually looking skin and not hella people thought. Yeah, I mean, I didn't think it was necessarily ever gonna be Hela, because I think people would get confused, right? We're talking about silhouettes, and then, you know, people can argue it's like, well, it does look more like Loki still because of the horns and stuff. I think, actually, I say this, Rivals has always had a bit of a silhouette issue, which I know we've discussed before, at least to me. Like, there's literally, I think, what is it? There's a skin in one of the battle pass things you can get right now. Not in the battle pass, like one of the event passes, which I thought it was Loki, but it's not. It's Iron Fist. It better look like it was going to be Hela, like the artwork. I mean, I saw it because it's the chessboard, right? I still kind of thought it would probably still be Loki. Because in my head, I'm just like, it just doesn't make sense to put it on Hela. Why? Because it's his sister or whatever. It's like, no. But no, I can see why people would potentially think it was, I guess. That's your last stealth step ever. New year, new you. Let's go get his ass. Captain Toad's treasure tracker. I had a good time with it. I feel like a lot of these is either gonna be here or here. Like, not much is gonna go down here, I feel like. Or will it? I'm looking ahead. Actually, no, surprisingly, we start right now. I like Super Mario Wonder as a game. I still need to finish it. As a streaming experience, again, it's just one of those things where it's like, I put it on and not much happens. You know what I mean? I wish this was like better multiplayer, because I think that would add to it, because they're talking about how multiplayer games kind of always are in these two. I think if this had decent multiplayer, like, it would be higher. But we didn't play it that much this year anyway. I remember it was during Mario Day I played it or something. But yeah, it was alright. I mean, I could realistically play it there as well, but no, it needs more updates. Grinch needs that lower tier. Shh, spoilers. Kirby and the Forgotten Land. I had a great time playing this game. This was one of those games as well that I think in my head, I don't know if anyone else has this to the stream, like, I can narrow down what was happening during that point. Like, Kirby was the game that I played during my my time change, if anyone remembers, like when I did it in September. Was it September or August? No, I forget. But the when I was changing to early, I did the month of early streams. Kirby was like the game that like I played during that. And I just remember, like, I enjoyed that game. I enjoyed kind of the chats I had with people who were like awake at those times. So like that was a great time for me. Maybe now we'll get She-Hulk and Spider-Gwen. Yeah, I've seen a lot of people talking about like yeah, like Red Hulk, or I know people were asking for them to change Cap to like Falcon, but I feel like if you're gonna see anything, just because you'd have to keep in mind how they still play, you're probably more likely to get Captain Carter if they do a lot of what if skins, it seems like, as well nowadays. Like, you get like a Captain Carter skin or Captain America instead. Red Hulk could actually be his own character. I mean, they could have it, but I feel like they're like, hey, we'll just do this because it's like better or something. I don't know, not better, but like, I don't know what other characters they would have, but I feel like, to me at least, I would prefer She-Hulk was her own character than Red Hulk, personally. I see Carter because they did the Marvel Zombies skin / event as well. Yeah, I can see them doing Carter. I like Captain Carter as well. So Mary Pie Jamboree, always a great time. You know, I love. Oh, I haven't got pummel. Wait, I didn't put. Oh, never mind. It is there. I was like, wait, I haven't got pummel pie. I forget what I put in here. I always want to do more Nintendo-y stuffs, but obviously I don't want to oversaturate it either, because then you're doing it too much, you know what I mean? But yeah. Now this is where we get contentious. Mario Kart World and Mario Kart 8. I feel like because Mario Kart World is not as good as 8, there's often this kind of like perceived notion that it's a really bad game, or it's just a bad game. I don't think it's as bad as people make it out to be. Just because I prefer 8. So like, if I was to do this, I'd do this personally. Yeah, I think also as well, like, talking about like multiplayer stuff, right? Like, we had more people playing this than we did this. I mean, more people are starting to get this now, but I still prefer like the times we had in this where like people are like, because I feel like this is a lot more closer in terms of how races go as well compared to this. So yeah, I personally still prefer this as a game. It is better, but I still love this. Enough so that I'll say this is in my top 10 from the year. I'll say that already, but I can see them doing Abomination too. Yeah, maybe. She-Hulk is harder just because her power set is the exact same as Hulk's. I feel like they would still want to make her like, would she go like Super Hulk, like how Hulk does, or whatever it's called, where he's like big? Is there anything else that's gonna be in best time? I feel like you always have a blast in Mario Party. There is other stuff that comes to mind, and some things might even like surprise people, which I think how much might go in best time. I think at least 2, maybe 3. Might go in there. Is there a video of someone saying Cyclops should be a tank, and I think that's dumb? No, he'll definitely be DPS. Split fiction with his bestie. You never know. Holy Mary, I wonder what happened there. It's like I said, like, so one of those things, Izzy, where like I only played this like once or twice, and also I played it by myself, and so like you know, again, talking about like how I was having fun with it, like I'm not the best at side scrolling Mario games, but also chat being a bit quieter, it just as an overall, like, I'd rather take it off stream kind of thing, you know what I mean? They say it was alright to stream, but like I wish if I had like someone playing with me, or if the multiplayer in general was better, then I would enjoy it more, if that makes sense. Like the rest of these, I just had a better time streaming it, if that makes sense. Like, you know, Monster Hunter Wilds, good time. Monster Hunter World, it was alright. This is a personal thing though. This is more, for anyone that remembers this is when I tried to play Iceborne briefly before Wilds came out. And I couldn't remember what I was doing, and it was really hard, and I was like, I don't think I like this. And then Monster Hunter Wilds, I had a really good time with it. I had a great time with it, even playing that game. But in terms of like, a lot of that was off stream and then like Discord hangouts playing it, streaming it. It was still a good time, but it wasn't my favorite time, if that makes sense, or like one of my favorite times. Also, I don't want to heavy load too much on everything being great, you know what I mean? Because I have the thing is, at the end of the day, right, for them, like 95% of these games, I have a blast playing them no matter what. Like even the stuff that's just all right, I still, you know, I still have fun with it. It's just not, I don't have as much fun as other stuff. Keeper's a weird one, and I don't know where to put it, because I don't know what to say. I don't want to say too much. The first half of this game was very kind of okay, but the last half of this game went fucking off. And so like, it's one of those weird things, right, where I remember the end, and I think this might just be a recency thing because I played it more recently. I love that second half of that game to the point where I would even consider putting it there, but I think it might just have to go in here somewhere, because it has to be, because the first half, like, it was very kind of as I expected, and then it changed, and I was like, huh? Yeah, I can't explain it. I think because maybe my expectations were in a certain place, and then it changed, and I was like, this is cool as hell, what the fuck? And then it ended, I was like, you know what I mean? So I went in with expectations, and like knowing that it's meant to be a pretty good game, and I liked it a lot. Like, the funny thing is, a lot of, because it's the end of the year, a lot of places are starting to put out their like their games of the year list and shit. And I'm pretty sure this is actually quite, I think it was high up in GameSpot's one, and I think Eurogamer also placed it quite high. Hold on, let's have a look at Eurogamer's list a minute. Here are, oh yeah, so if anyone wants to see, Blueprints was Eurogamer's #1. And then Exponential Theory, Baby Steps are number 3. I still need to play this game. Oh, that actually needs to go on my list. Despelote at 4, Dispatch, Split Fiction, Hollow Knight, Silk Song, Resident Evil, Silent Hill F. Skate Story, which is something I need to play. Donkey Kong Bonanza, Hades 2's at 11. How dare. Skin Deep, I don't know if I know what that is. Sectori, Ball Pit, Arc Raiders, Kingdom Deliverance 2, Luminis Arise, Death Stranding 2 at number 18. Sounds of Blake Manor, which I was discussing last night with Mochi. I want to play that game in the near future. Promise Masquerade at 20, Keeper at 21, above Night Rain at 22. Mario Kart 1 at 23, Battlefield 6 Rematch. Rematch was this year? I thought it was last year. Final Fantasy Tactics, Ivalice Chronicles, Shinobi, Abiotic Factor, Assassin's Creed at 29. I don't know. I'm like, I don't know. Sword of the Sea at 30, Peak at 31, Elder Scrolls 4 Oblivion Remastered, Lush Foil Photography Sim, Blaze of Fire, Ghost of Yote at 35, Citizen Sleeper 2, Old Skies at 37, Atafort at 38, Atafort at 38 is wild, Ghost Town at 39, Kirby Air Riders, No I'm Not a Human at 41, Pokemon Legends ZA at 42, we're on a list somewhere. Outer Worlds 2, Tiny Bookshop, Horses, 2 Point Museum, number 48, Metal Gear Solid Snake Eater. Avowed at 50. That was their top 50. Wait, I'm trying to think if anything major didn't make it. Where's Sonic Racing Crossworld? Bro, that Metal Gear's pretty low. I haven't played it. I do want to play it still. But no, yeah, so for them, Keeper's at 21. So Keeper's in, at least this is obviously for Eurogamer, better than Night Rain, better than Mario Kart, better than Shinobi and Assassin's Creed, Peak, Yote even, you know what I mean? Yeah, no Ninja Gaiden Ragebound. Shinobi was the better one of like the two. They're very close together games. I mean, I have them both on this list. We will get to them. But no, yeah, Keeper, it's one of those weird things, right, Izzy, where I think when a game in my mind sets up to do whatever, so I'll just say this, all of these games up till Grinch basically are all like in one and done kind of thing. Yeah, Dispatch was like 4, I think, for them. I think the one and done games have they teeter on a certain edge of like, they can either be like really good or they might just be ass, you know what I mean? Like, I think they have more, to me at least, they have more of a chance of scoring higher and scoring lower. Like, it's a very more of a swing rather than it being like an actual scale. I like one and done if I beat it. Yeah, that's fair. Koira. I enjoyed that game. I had some glitches happen during it and I didn't love it like I was hoping I would. I had a good time with it. I just didn't love it. Sorry, I'll zoom in a little bit more. Have you played it, Izzy? I like it. I enjoy it. I wouldn't recommend it. It's a 6. I mean, the graphics are great, but it's not that good. It was fine. It's passable. If you had a good time, it should be a good time. Well, no, but I had a good time in all of them to an extent. But like I said, I think because this was a one and done, like short 4-hour game, it had so much more of a chance of doing this that it sits here. Well, why are you ranking them there? Because I got to have some variety. Pepper Grinder, it was a good time. I like this game a lot. I wish it was longer. That's my thing. But like streaming it wise, it was a good time. I had a good time for sure. Saw the Sea, great time. This actually does a little bit what Keeper does. This was very much, hey, you like Journey? Yeah, then you're gonna like this. And then towards the end, it started like being like, whoa, ooh, doesn't get to the heights of Journey, but it does do things that I would expect. And I think like the final like act is like one of my top 10, like it would be in my top 10 like gaming moments of the year. Good time. Also, I remember, I think during that stream I was like muted at the end or some shit. Incoming disappointment. Wait, what are you expecting? The more you hear Ryan yell, "I hate to hear," the better of a time he has. No. Marvel's Cosmic Invasion. This is a weird one. Because it's kind of a similar thing that I had with, not with necessarily with Keeper, but I'll voice it quickly. I was hyped for it. The game didn't disappoint fully. It was a good game. It was very short, which I kind of expected. It was just one of those things where, at least I felt it more, I guess, this time than I did with Turtles in Time, where it became very, like, the enemies were the same, then they would start introducing, like, one new one. It's like, it became very much, I'm just pressing the same button. Which would put it in good time. However, obviously playing with Alex and with BFF is like, it was a great time. We had fun, we were laughing, blah, blah, blah. And so I would probably put it there still, because again, that to me, having fun with my friends trumps more of a opinions I just have fully on. Like, if I was to give this a ranking, it'd probably be like a 7. I know everyone's like, you always considering a 7. I mean, you know, would I recommend it if you have Game Pass? Then yes, play it. You know what I mean? Like, maybe wait for a sale if you can't afford a lot of stuff. Like I can't always, you know what I mean? Because for I think it's what, $25, which is not expensive, but like for like a 3-hour experience. That's up to you, kind of thing, you know what I mean? But no, someone was like, "Hey Ryan, I just got Marvel's Cosmic Invasion, do you want to play with me?" I'd be like, "Yes, let's hop on it." You know what I mean? Would I stream it again? No, because I'm done with that game. You know, I finished it and there's not going to be anything new added to it, but I enjoyed my time with it for sure. Great time. Who's at the door? What video good friend is? No, that's what I'm saying. I'm saying if you wanted to play it, then we can play it off stream. Or if you came back and streamed it and you asked me to play with you, then I absolutely would. But for me personally, I won't stream it again. You can stream it. I'm not. I watched Nick's play that. What? Who's at the door? I don't know what to put this. I think this was one of those ones where I saw a lot of people talk about it, so I kind of maybe overhyped myself for it. I definitely got scared. I didn't get as scared as I thought I was going to, and it got a bit repetitive. I will probably still put it in good. I was considering like putting it between these two. Wasn't the best. I had a good time still though, I guess. Yeah, is he go live? Facade. Oh, actually, no, wait, hold on. I need to add the ass thing now. Add a row below. That one. Never. Oh. Never again. Facade. Where the fuck did you play this? When was it? August, maybe? It was semi recently. Hey, that Facade is here. I couldn't fully get it to work how I wanted to. I've seen better things happen in that game. For me, it was just like they was there. 2005 game, yeah. Yeah, we played it for like 2 hours or so. Did Never Again be underneath Gotta Play More? No, because technically that's like they can appear in the future again. So like that's the bottom, because they kind of shouldn't necessarily be on the list is how I see it, Lady Tiger, so they exist at the bottom. You know what I mean? Incoming peak. The worst thing is, because I'm such an achievement whore, I still need to go back and finish this fucking game. I have to go back and finish it. And get all the achievements on it. L take? You're an L take. Do you know what, Izzy? I'll do your deal. Do you want me to swap these two around? There you go. South of Midnight, great time. One of my top 10 games of the year, I think. I might be lying to myself. Yep, yeah, it is. Did you actually hate Grinch? Yeah. It's one of those things where this is gonna sound really weird. If I was to compare this to playing like Peppa Pig was funny, and it actually had variety and it looked nice. Whereas this was very much the same, looked like shit. And so I was like, this is boring. Whereas with the Peppa Pig game, at least, there was moments where I'm like, this is actually kind of, not fun necessarily, but I'm like, this is enjoyable. That dog still haunts my dreams. It just looks like ass. Like, unfortunately, I didn't have a good time with it. Like, I think the Bluey game, like, literally looks like the show. It's like how Peppa Pig looks like the games, or like the show. So, like, if I ever played the Bluey game, I'll probably have a good time with it, because it's still nice to look at. Whereas this wasn't. But no, South of Midnight, I need more people to play this game. I know the people who have played this game love it. I think. I say that, and I'm like, I think at least all the people, like, people I'm close to, like Ren and Sana, who have played it, like, love it. I needed this game to be up for, like, more stuff. The game was like music, like visual design. It's so good. Again, if you have Game Pass, try it out. I know it's coming to Switch and PlayStation next year as well, so if you only have those systems, definitely recommend people check it out. Actual peak incoming. Where do I put this? I am gonna say a statement, and someone might be like, what? Metal Gear Solid, probably one of my favorite games to stream this year. I actually had a really good time with it. I think the nostalgia with people in chat was fun. I enjoyed my time with it, like getting shit wrong, like the fact that we fucking lost an hour of gameplay, like, even was just kind of funny. I actually really enjoyed it. I might put it here, honestly. Do you know what? Yeah, we'll probably have best time be like my top 5 games of the year for streaming. So we'll put it in. This is probably my top 5. I had a really good time with it. I thought you put it there. I like think back to that time, and I just remember it with smiles, like big smile. And I think that's a sign to me that's like, that's how good it was for me. You know what I mean? I feel like people like the way it looks and sounds better than actually playing the game, not referring to the people we mentioned. It's one of those things where I think the game itself doesn't play bad, is it? It just, again, it's kind of one of those things, I guess, like Marvel Comics Invasion, right? Where the gameplay doesn't really evolve. And so I think that's one thing I would like to have seen more. Like, you know, you think of like Devil May Cry, right? Like, you start getting more abilities, you start getting more ways to play, you start getting more moves. South of Midnight doesn't do that, unfortunately. Yes, you get some new stuff, but it's not enough for me to be like, whoa, yeah, that's changed combat immediately, you know what I mean? Or immensely. Like a Studio 51, I guess. But no, like, you know, if you're rating it on that, then yeah, sure, like, give it like a 6 or a 7. But like, when you add everything else into the mix, the voice acting, the story, like even just like learning small amounts through the game about like culture in the South and whatever, it was like interesting to like learn, you know, like about bottle trees and like tin flipping and like, you know, just small little things that I had no idea about, you know what I mean? And I think that's cool to experience that, because like, you know, there's definitely movies you could watch and experience stuff like that as well, but like doing it through the narrative that I enjoy most, I liked it a lot, for sure. I love it. DK Bonanza isn't in best time for you. It's definitely like, if I was to, I could like rejig this to like kind of actually like rank it like order wise, if that makes sense. It would definitely be higher. But no, I think I'm trying. I mean, maybe like I said, if we're gonna put 5 in here, we'll probably max 5 for best time. I don't want every, because otherwise you'd be like, yeah, everything was the best time. I'm trying to think what's coming up, which I would put in best time. 3. So maybe it does go in there. Cosmic Invasion was a great time for me too. Let's go, BFF. Hi, how are you, baby? Mwah! Look, it's here. It was fun. My Friendly Neighborhood. I think I'd probably put it in good time. I think I had a good time playing this game. It's like teetering between these two, but again, I don't want to overstack this one. It was silly. I got scared at some silly things. It was fun. Like, it definitely is lower than some of these, but it probably is more to the top of this. If you haven't played it and want a bit of a silly, scary game, then play it. I just know you really liked it, but also I can understand how sometimes even a really good game isn't necessarily the best. Yeah, exactly. That's what I was talking about earlier, Ray. Like, I feel like a lot of Nintendo games, unfortunately, fall like that sometimes. And that, you know, that's just, you know, that's fine. You know, as I just know, a lot of people in this community may not necessarily be fully Nintendo fans. So they're like, I will just lurk on that. Which, you know, I appreciate people lurking. It probably is. I probably will move it up. Like I said, if I'm putting 5 in here, it probably would move up. It's like, I said, it's like teetering at the top. Dispatch. We love Dispatch. Dispatch is one of my favorite games of the year. It's just also just one of my favorite streaming things because again, I think when you have something that's so heavily story driven and people also playing around that time, like then watch you play it and like can get into it. I think Telltale games, this is one of the reasons I also just love them in general. It's such like a water cooler like discussion thing to have. That I would recommend this to anyone who would want to stream it. It's just a good time. And like it's fun and the story's great. The gameplay, I want more of this, the gameplay of like going out and like actually dispatching your heroes and people freaking yelling at me for doing the wrong thing. Good time. That's mildly surprising. Wait, do you think it was only gonna go in great time? I think it being episode, it was nice for that because people could play and watch you and a chance of spoilers was a bit lower. Yeah, I think that's also one thing I'd enjoy. It very much, you know, for me at least as well, it kind of fulfills that narrative very well of, or not necessarily narrative, but like how my structure, right? Like I play games weekly. Like I don't normally play a certain game like twice a week. So it's like, oh, hey, yeah, Dispatch is Thursday nights, you know what I mean? Because it comes every Thursday, so we'd like play it or whatever. It like worked nicely for that, even though I did double up on some episodes because I was sick one week. But I didn't know if people avoiding spoilers would have made chat quiet since you played it whilst it was new. I typically played it slightly after everyone else, Izzy. That's for my way to like avoid it. Like I think Static would play like the day it came out or like the day after, and I'd stream on Sundays. So like I would kind of episodes I think would come out Wednesday or Thursday, and so I would wait until the end of the week. That way people could have experienced it for themselves or experienced it somewhere else and then come in and just see what I chose to do, you know what I mean? Except from the finale I did do, I think, the day after it came out because I was trying to avoid spoilers, but I knew that and most other people that I knew that I cared about wanting to experience the game with were playing it on the day it came out, so... yeah, it worked. I mean, I structured it in a way for it to work in my best interest, and it worked, you know what I mean? So, yeah, we love Dispatch. Can I Bridge Spirits? I'll put it in good time. Kenna is one of those games that I've tried to play through before, got about halfway through, got bored, and kind of stopped. We went back to it. I kind of still found it a little bit boring. There were definitely moments where it was cool, but I didn't love it, and I didn't like. I would consider putting it even here. There was again, it's one of those things where I'm remembering certain points and being like hyped on those specific. I think I had to put it here actually. Thinking about it, yeah, I don't know. People love Kenna, and I'm happy that you like people who love it do. It's just not personally my cup of tea fully. Yeah, I think I remember us talking about me liking Kenna a bit more than you. Yeah, it's I mean, don't get me wrong, game looks incredible. Like Ember Labs, I think that's what they're called. Like I say, excited to see what comes next from them. I think for me, like it didn't hit any sort of like massive emotional notes, if that makes sense. For me, like some people get into like the emotions on games that I was like, okay, there's spirits and stuff. So yeah, I you know, I had a good time, or you could say I did have a good time with it, but I think I would probably just put it here. Yeah, so I played it. I'd have to see what. Hang on, what does Twitch tracker tell me? I played it a long time ago, briefly. Yeah, so I played it like when it literally first came out in 2021. Like I think this was the day of it coming out, and I remember getting to the point where, you know, let's say the game is structured into like 3 stories, right? I think I got to like the second one and stopped. I remember meeting the lady in the second story and then stopping. And then yeah, we went back and actually did it this year. You know what I mean? Like I started again on this stream and then we made our way through it and then I went for long on the last one. But yeah. I know people like it better. Silent Hill 2. Well, both Silent Hill games. This is why I'm always intrigued, like, if you guys even played these games, or just if you guys were in these streams, like, did you have a preference on which game you were watching, if that makes sense? Like, I'm intrigued, like, if I was to give this to you guys, like, just as a viewer, like, where would you rank stuff, if that makes sense? Like, someone might be like, yeah, I remember when you played, like, Donkey Kong, and it's probably my favorite streams you did this year. Like, you know, as a streamer versus someone watching the streams, it might be very different, if that makes sense. I remember when I had Ray for, like, a month. Huh? I think for me, I had a more fun time playing Silent Hill F. Did I put it in great time? Or would they both go in good time? I would rate Silent Hill 2 over F. Really? That's interesting. I didn't mind the gameplay of this. I think visually it looked better, and as much as I said that I don't particularly care for the story of Silent Hill F that much, I actually prefer it to 2. The setting and the environment of 2 or of F just made me like it more than 2, I think. I think it was after job stuff, so she could... Oh, I remember that. Yeah. I'm actually gonna put them both in good time. I prefer, if we rejig this in a minute to be better. Actually, I feel like I need to move... No, I can't move that down. It goes to the end of there. I feel weird having my chatting stuff at the top of great time. Because, I mean, I have a fun time with doing just chatting, but the games need to be focused more. Izzy got the same month I got laid off. I don't know why. I was in your Discord the other day, Izzy, and I, like, looked at your going live section to see what the last kind of post you was, and I kind of got, like, weirdly, like, sad. So I'm like, it was, like, April, and it's like, you been like, yeah, well, we'll be back soon once PC stuff's done, and I'm like, where is he? I miss Izzy, but like I said the other day, I'm just very lucky and very happy that I get to still have you in my life. You know what I mean? Like just hanging out and playing games off stream. You know what I mean? So I very much still have you in my life. You know what I mean? Whereas you know, there's a lot of people who haven't seen. There's a lot of people who just haven't seen you in like a year almost. You know what I mean? I still have Leori hole written on the whiteboard in the corner. Try and wipe it off. Will it even fucking wipe off at this point? That's hard setting. Hey Ray, it's okay. I have my own whiteboard. It's fine. It just doesn't sit in the background. You're like, oh shit, don't come off. Detroit Become Human. See, this is a weird one, right? Because I would say I would have a great time. But I also, this is like one of the only games on this list so far that I have played before. Or, you know, it's like if this was me playing it, being like, whoa. I mean, there's definitely some stuff that I hadn't seen. But as a stream, people enjoyed it. But again, I'd like, how much does going into it blind versus having someone played something before affect how you, how I kind of perceive it, I guess, as a stream? Not in the corner with a funny thing on it that's topical to your stream. You're so right. I'll put it there in the new year. I won't, but yeah, I feel like I'm leaning towards good time. But like I would say I would say I pretty, like, again, it's one of these ones where I'll probably put it here. I mean, it's the same reason that Pokemon Scarlet and Violet's not there, right? Because it's just like I'm not experiencing anything particularly new. I was probably experiencing it with some people for the first time new. But like, you know, we started that game, we were making some crazy choices, and then by the like halfway point, I was basically making the same choices I've always made. So it was very much like I don't want to do anything bad this time. It's like how me and Alex talk about Mass Effect. Like I was saying to Alex, do a Renegade playthrough. He's like, no, because we can't. We want to be good. Like me teasing the dirty bomb the whole time after what Coco did. I was like, are we actually gonna do this? And it crossed my mind a few times, but when everything else was still working out, I was like, no, there's no way that I'm like, I get, you know, like we get across the border with Kara and then I activate the dirty bomb Bro, that means I'd kill like Rose and all those people. I was like, oh my God. No, I can't do that. I have a conscience. But no, it was a good time. Shinobi and so this is a bit of a weird one, right? Shinobi, Rogue Prince of Persia, and Hades 2 kind of all fall into the same category of me of I didn't play them a whole lot. Hades 2 actually I played more and I did have a great time with it. Would I put it higher or lower even? No, I put it there probably. We did like 2 full streams of this and I had a great time whilst we were doing it. Like I got my first clear and stuff. Shinobi and Rogue Prince of Persia, I think maybe I'll put here. Like, love these games, don't get me wrong. I think Shinobi's in my top 10. He checks again. It is. But like to play them, it's one of those things where it's like it's kind of hard to chat and kind of get people involved in what I'm doing, I guess. Never again incoming? Nah, bro, you've noticed the fucking gun up here. Dare I say, my favorite streams this year were Split Fiction for many reasons. Bro, legit. Like, this is why I want to do more co-streaming stuff just in general. Like, every single time, and you know, this is also, bear in mind, when we did these streams, I was streaming for like 12 hours a day. I wouldn't change those streams for the world. I had such like, you know, the day would start, I'd do my normal shit by myself, and then it would like, even with our PC issues, I'm like, I'm getting ready, I'm about to play this game, I'm, you know, excited for the game in general, but I get to like just have a fun time with you and chat, like, peak. Dare I say my favorite stream still? Exactly. And so I want to do more shit like that with more people in the new year. Bro, our troubleshooting live, I look back at some of those VODs, like, if, you know, me and you now, weirdly enough, we both now have new PCs, you know what I mean? But no, to look over and be like, is my shit lagging? Am I gonna crash? Bro, the fucking first half of this year with us having shit PCs trying to play Split Fiction together. Peak. I just had to I just had to delete my cache and data from my Twitch app because it wouldn't let me type for like 10 minutes. Really? It's weird. I just love seeing some of my closest friends have fun together and just being silly. I mean, I look back literally every time that I see like a clip, like, you know, like Coco showing me out like the other night and it played like a clip of when we were pigs in that game. And it always just makes me smile because it's always with us laughing or just being stupid together, you know what I mean? Those streams always give me a warm feeling in my heart. And if people want to watch it, because of what I did with VODs this year, and I still need to upload like basically all of December, but if anyone wants to go back and watch those VODs, if you didn't see it, they are on the VOD channel. If anyone missed our Split Fiction playthrough. I think Split Fiction is, honestly, for me, it's just one of those games this year in general. Like, the Game Awards kind of left it behind, but this is one of my favorite games of the year in general. Like, also just aside from like watching other people play it and like get into it, like I would like to go back and there's some people I didn't watch it all, and there's some people that I watched clips of, and people's always having a good time, you know what I mean? Fortnite, I put in good. Again, it's one of those things that whenever I play it, it's playing with friends is always fun, but I can't place it with the rest of this, if that makes sense. Yo, Nathan, what's up, pussy? How are you? Mwah! Hope you're doing well. Adele, you thinking with the Lux? Well, hope you're doing well. Mwah! Happy New Year's Eve, everyone. What are you up to? Split Fiction was very fun. Trash and I were so chaotic. Yeah, I wish there was a way. I mean, I don't know if people have their VODs saved from that time, but like, you know, like Alex and Mochi played together, and then obviously Yama and Kat played together. And so like being able to like see people's kind of reactions as stuff happened in that game. Like, you know, even with like It Takes Two, I remember watching Worst and her sister play that game, or at least parts of it. Like I don't want to say too much about it because of spoilers, but watching the elephant part, I'll say that much. Like, kind of be like, oh my god, like seeing like people's reactions to like that stuff happening. You know what I mean? Don't just kiss pussy. Why not? I'm chilling eating Chinese. I want Chinese food. I haven't actually had food. I've had cereal. My mom was potentially making hot dogs, and it's now 9 p.m. and I should probably eat something. How have you been having New Year? I'm okay. I'm having a bit of a rough festive period. I'm a bit mentally and physically exhausted, but I'm just existing for now. Well, that's fine. Yeah, I'm taking the next 2 weeks off for stream and stuff, so I'm basically just gonna exist and just fucking lie there for 2 weeks, basically. But you know, being live is always fun, so like my mood's already been lifted by being here. But oh, excuse me, sorry, I've had one alcoholic bitter thing and it's freaking making me burp. I apologize. You know what game you're playing, by the way? Today? No. Like I said, I think if people are about, I'd like to do like Jackbox, or just like I can hop on like Overwatch, or you know what I mean, if people, whatever people want to play, I'll play it. It's basically what it is. Because I mean, it's very much been, you know, the way that the festive period has been to stream to me as well, which has frustrated me a little bit, but it's my own choice in what I was doing because I didn't want to start anything brand new before the new year. It's been like I said, I'll compare it to like, you know, when you're at school and like it's the last week of term. And so they're like, yeah, let's just stick the movies on. It's just been very much that for streams as well. It's like, hey, we'll just play whatever, and it's always gonna be like, it'll be like something we can all play together, kind of thing. Do what sounds fun. If you need one for Overwatch, I can play a little bit. Are you free like for the rest of the day, or is there like I've got to be gone by some point? You're doing great, bro. I appreciate it, Native. Native, you got any plans for the new year? You gonna be doing anything fun? I remember saying that alcohol made me tired, and Eric yelled at me because the reason was my meds I would take like 3 hours beforehand. What are he yelling at you for? How are you on? So it's 9. I will obviously be live until midnight, so 3 more hours. And I'll be off before 1 my time. So I'm live for another 3 to 4 hours, basically. Because then I'm going to watch Stranger Things. He was scolding me? Good. Good. Guys, it heads to ad start in 1 minute. I apologize in advance if you're not subbed. Carry the glass. This is where we start getting to need to play more. Me and Alex still need to finish play the carry the glass. I had fun when I played it. My PC couldn't fully handle it, which was a bit shit. But no, me and Alex will soon TM finish this game. I just need to work out when. I'm gonna be working in -38 weather. Oh my god. Tomorrow morning for my 14-hour shift. Are you going to be at least indoors / in a vehicle for most of that time, I'm hoping? I'm sorry you're working in that cold. What the fuck? Stay safe, please. Dead by Daylight. Dead by Daylight's a weird one. No? Oh my god. Make sure you wrap up, please. Bro, it's cold in my room. I mean, I'm not outside, and it literally is not. Actually, what's temperature? It's 4 degrees Celsius right now. In my room, it's probably like 8 or 9, and I'm in this, and I'm like... Fun. I just beat Costume Quest. Time to shower and praise. I've not finished the first one. I've only played the second one. Was it good? Oil Sight Life, but I'll be a big old burrito. That sounds not fun, but I hope it's okay. 14 hours doesn't sound fun either. Yes, please stay safe. Did you get anything nice over Christmas? Did you have anything fun food-wise as well? Presents? Dead by Daylight's a weird one because I enjoy playing it with people. Kill Your Friends is fun, and I would like to do it more if they had the 8v2 mode. I'll put it in good time. Don't like playing it against random people particularly, so... Yeah, it was a chill, cute, no-thinky game. Let's go. Goose Goose, we didn't play that much this year. Again, it's one of those things that I actually put it here. I get this, I'm getting it more and more. I think because I get into traitors a lot. I want to play more sussy who did it games. And I actually want to play more Among Us than anything, but I'll put that there as like a representation for both of them. Yeah, I feel weird ranking it because again, it's always gonna be one of these two, right? But we didn't play it that much this year. I didn't play Among Us on stream once this year either, by the way. Like looking like how I've been talking about I want to play Among Us, didn't play it all this year. I thought Left 4 Dead could potentially be best, but I don't know if you've gotten sick of it. I just realized I was gonna put it there, and now I don't know if I can. No, I have to put it there. Oh, okay. Let me explain what's currently happening inside my head. I already picked my 5, and this was the 5, right? For like best, what I've had best this year. No, I know I don't need to, but I want to. However, I've just remembered Elden Ring's DLC exists. Which is like the other one, which is like here. Sorry, I should state this is tree specific, not the main game. This is always a good time just because of mods and stuff. Does it get a bit repetitive? Yes. But you know, especially when you try and get new people, like we got Ray on this. Like I did it. I specifically wanted to be like, okay, we'll try and do it with people who have either never played it or rarely play it. So the fact that we got like noobs playing Left 4 Dead, that was a fun stream. But Elden Ring's DLC's last boss and just how that game was in general. I think this will just go down here. And then Night Rain. Actually, whilst we're on Elden Ring, need to play more of it. It's no secret that when we played this on stream, I struggled. That doesn't put me off playing it again to full extent. It's not like I'm saying no, never again. I do want to. I'm kind of scared to play it, and I think I need to play it by myself a little bit first to kind of get it, if that makes sense. Because everyone that I would look to play it with are like fucking elite tier, like running around everywhere kind of thing, which is absolutely fine. But I just need to personally be shit. It's like, you know, it's like Hades, right? You're shit at Hades probably to start with, and then you get better as you learn enemies and weapons and all that shit. I need to learn systems in Night Rain first before I feel like I can fully take advantage of that. And you know, like it's weird because like, well, you know, you can still do that with friends, but because people already know what they're doing, I need to get to a point where I know what I'm doing. You know what I mean? Because I can play with Jazzy. Like Alex bought me the game. That's why I always feel bad talking about Night Rain in like a little bit of a negative way, because I know Alex loves it and Alex bought it for me. And that, you know, I don't think he necessarily would be like, whatever. But I'm like, I'm sorry. But no, I need to play it by myself. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna play it by myself. I'm gonna learn weapon stuff a little bit, at least a little bit by myself, and fail a lot. But in the failing, you get better. You know what I mean? So, I think I'd probably maybe stream it again in the future. But that would be after I got better at it, if that makes sense. So. I think obviously because that then becomes okay, well, you can play off stream first. I think because I also have a lot of other off stream games that I play, that's why I haven't got back to it fully yet. But now that I played it the one time, I keep getting spooky co-op games recommended to me on Steam. Let's go! Play more. Have you ever had a once in a lifetime first run in a roguelikes? I don't think so. I think for me, because I think they're normally intended to like make you fail up front, right? My friend legit beat Return on his first run. I was fucking baffled. Really? Alex, no sad. What are you sad for? I gotta play more. It's not here. I've been playing with people who got it recently, and I usually do a mix of leading and talking through my pathing and just following and letting others lead and just offer input. Yeah, it's one of those things where that's why, like, at least my getting into it more, I'd rather play by myself, because you know, when you first got it, for example, Jazzy, you had to learn it by yourself. Like, there was no one to even lead you at the start, you know what I mean? Same with Alex, same with anyone who's played it. Oh, fireworks are already going off. Oh, my cats are gonna be freaking out. I was like, why can't I hear? I was like, here, what's happening? I'd say, like, banging. Jesus Christ. Are they next door? You guys, can you hear that on my mic? At least when I'm speaking, maybe. I don't know. Oh, okay. Give me a second. I'm back. Excuse me. I had to make sure my cats were okay. I'm a good cat dad. Okay. What do I do first? Do I still go in order? I think. Well, I mean, all of these have got to play more. I liked all these games enough when I played their demos to actually want to buy the full game and potentially stream it at some point. I mean, I already own this. I don't own these two, and I will buy this when it comes out and absolutely stream the shit out of this. But yeah, I enjoyed those demos a lot. What is that one? That's Ninja Gaiden. Which one is that? Come on now. I mean, you're on phone. I know you'll be like, I can't see it. Oh, Mina. Yeah, Mina the Hollower is like the new Shovel Knight game. I thought you were talking about this one. You're like, Ninja Gaiden not there? Yeah, so that's so if you can't read it, Digimon Time Strangers, Little Name is 3, Mina the Hollower, and Ninja Gaiden Ragebound. I want to play more of. I just said the reason I haven't streamed this yet is because I feel like it might fall into the same thing that Shinobi did for me, where it was like I enjoy it as a game, but it's not necessarily a stream game, if that makes sense. Jackbox, I had a good time. I think the thing with Jackbox, right, and I mean, that's more to like the middle of here, but Jackbox is one of those things where I haven't got the newest pack, and so it very much becomes we're playing like we all have our favorites at this point, and so it's always kind of roughly the same stuff. I mean, luckily we haven't got to a point where it's like repeating questions to the point, at least where I'm like very aware that it is, if that makes sense. I'm excited for the new one coming out that is literally just Trivial Mario Party 3 by itself. But they're always a good time when we play them. But like I can't place them any higher than good, because like it's not like we play it, it's like, yeah, that was, I mean, you can be like, you can exclaim that was a great time. We always have fun when we play it, you know what I mean? I just feel like I can't place it higher than like at least any of the thing on this row. You've streamed a lot of games this year. Actually, surprisingly, I think we'll look back at it in a minute. I think this is like my lowest played game list this year. Red Dead Redemption 2 is a weird one because this is specifically the multiplayer. I think the problem that suffers from Red Dead is I haven't played it in a long time. This was more when I got the new PC, like a meme of we were gonna play it because that was the game that like was the start of my, and not necessarily what caused my PC to fuck up, of course, but like that was the start of the downfall of my PC. And so we went on it, but we didn't do anything. It's not necessarily never again. It's close. I think for me, I say that right as like I could actually put it there, but it feels bad putting it with those two, so I'm gonna put it here. We just didn't do anything. We kind of I think Colton, Eggs, and Sana like literally got on the game and kind of we were pissing about on the horses for like 30 minutes, and that was about it. Oh, you said okay, that's what you're saying. But yeah, when we actually played the game, like it was a bit confusing about how it goes. Like it's not to say this is a bad game, but I would rather play GTA, which we will be doing a lot more of this year, hopefully. Knock on wood. I want to play GTA Online more this year. And actually have those kind of, I used to have those, especially during my first year of streaming and back on Mixer. Like we played GTA a lot and did all like the fun in game stuff and races and things. And I want to do more of that this year with like new people, you know what I mean? So, yeah, it's a weird one. Like I love Red Dead Redemption 2 as a game, but it just we didn't really do anything, you know what I mean? So that goes there. Pummel Party, I will put in, I prefer playing Mario Party. This is just a game that we can play more because more people have a PC, but I do prefer playing this, but it's always a good time when we play it. It's like top of good time. Like again, in a minute we might re-rank everything in terms of like at least putting in order. Fall Guys, has to go there. I don't even really remember playing it this year. Like it's always a good time. You can even say at its peak was always a great time. But I don't remember playing it too much. I know typically it was always like when I would play it with like Ray and stuff, but like I don't really remember much. The problem now is that game's lost its identity, and so like when you get random shitty levels made by people, I'm like, I don't remember this. Whereas like, you know, I remember like all the actual made maps, or we just don't get them anymore. Apparently now they're there again, but like we haven't played it in a while, so and then Sonic, Rumble, and GeoGuessr are weird. Actually, Koya's also kind of falls into this. Like, these are paid sponsors. That was a code given to me. And so it's like, hey, are you now going to truly tell us how you felt about it? Well, I mean, it's good to tell you I had a good time with both of them. So, you know. I mean, I talked about this before. You know, these two have to be compared to an extent. The only issue that I particularly have with Sonic Rumble is, or major gameplay issue, I should say, is and I think this is more so of, again, this is a me issue, because you play other Sonic games and you go fast and you feel fast. When you're running around as Sonic in this game, or just anyone, you feel really slow. But like, you have to have it that way, because if you were running around at breakneck speed, it wouldn't work. The game wouldn't work and how it's meant to be played. And so like, comparisons to this, Fall Guys is the better game. I just have fun with it, and GeoGuessr is just always fun. This is not a game that I want to play like constantly, you know what I mean? But like, when I jump into it, whenever, like maybe it'll be like another 3 years before I play again, but I still have a good time when I play it. It's fun. So that'll be my list. But if we were to like reorganize it, I would say Split Fiction number 1, then probably Dispatch, and then Metal Gear. I think that's correct. And then Donkey Kong. Oh, Donkey Kong over Elden Ring. Yes. Then Elden Ring. Then Keeper, probably. Then Pokemon Legends ZA. Then South of Midnight. I'm leaving those two at the bottom just because I'm like, as a stream, what were better streams? Repo. I'll leave Overwatch there. Mario Kart, Mario Party, Marvel Cosmic Invasion, Sword of the Sea. Okay, that's fine. We'll do that. For that tier at least. And then My Friendly Neighborhood, Detroit. No, I'll put Peak above Detroit. Then Silent Hill F. Then Scarlet and Violet. Then Pummel Party. Then, no, actually, no. Mario Kart above those. Then Rivals. Then Monster Hunter. See, but now I'm like, where's Pepper Grinder go? I'll put above Rivals. Fortnite, Dead by Daylight, Silent Hill 2. No, that's a lie. That's what it is. Jackbox. And then Shinobi, Henna, Mario, Prince of Persia. I think that's right. Oh no, yeah, no. And then in terms of like what I want to play, Mina the Hollow at top. Goose Goose, just because I do want to play it more, or at least sussy games again. Then Carry the Glass of actually, I'll probably put that above that. That done. We're done. That's the list. The complete list. Oh, I can't zoom out fully. I can zoom out a little bit. That's the complete list. But yeah, like I said, if you guys want to like do your, I mean, obviously very much probably not going to, but if you guys are like, I want to do this as like a, here's how I enjoyed watching you play certain things this year, then of course if you want to do your own, then do so. But yeah, this is my list. Let's screen cap it. Click. Okay, that's that done for now. I was like, Riot is still holding a grudge against Red. No! X, were you here when I explained like why it's where it is? I don't have anything against Red Dead Redemption 2. It's just when we played it, we didn't really do much. That's why it's lower. Because we got on it. If you remember, me, you, Colton, and Sana were like just kind of pissing about on the horses for like 30 minutes, and then we kind of stopped. And so like, it's just one of those things where I would prefer to play GTA in the future, you know what I mean? With said people again if they want to play it, you know what I mean? But I feel like Red Dead Redemption 2, unless you kind of know what you're doing, unfortunately now, is still like one of those games where it's like, what am I doing? You know what I mean? So you go on it, you're like, kind of thing. So yeah, that's why it's there. Good list, thank you. Okay, before we like play any sort of just random game, it was good before Rockstar killed it. Yeah, it's just like, it's hard to know what, like, even when we were looking, remember we tried to look to go into like a lobby and do something? It was like, I don't know. Like, how do we do this? How do we get it to work properly? I'm like, I don't know. Krasty, what's up, baby? How are you? Mwah! This ranking list is the kind of thing that you got you thrown off Mixer. No, it's because the site died. I cry. Hi, Ash. How are you? Mwah! Happy New Year. How was your stuff? How was your birthday, Ash? By the way, also, I apologize I didn't send you a message. I got very confused. I was going to, but I was like, I don't know if this is like the right Ash, so I didn't. And I was like, I'll wait until Ship is in chat, and if Ship is, I'll be like, was it your birthday? And then I was like, oh, fuck. So I felt really weird. I'm like, should I send her a birthday message? Like, potentially not being her birthday? Wait, did you have a good birthday? Oh, God. Huh? Wait, hold on. Ash, you get to be our test. What is this?
Let's go, man. We got a birthday
I don't think we're ever gonna use this again, but I need to see what this is. Is this AI?
party to get to.
Happy birthday to Ash. Happy birthday
Elated.
to Ash. Happy birthday. Happy birthday. Happy birthday to Ash. Happy birthday to Ash. Happy birthday to Ash. Happy birthday. Happy birthday. Happy birthday to Ash.
Ew! Bro, I don't know why this one. Look at this guy here. Why are you looking like this?
Happy birthday to Ash. Happy birthday to Ash. Happy birthday.
Well, there again. Happy birthday, Ash. It's definitely AI. And since the other one was Ashley, so I was like, I don't know. I have to play this one because it's Ash. Oh goodness. I didn't like that in the slightest. That wasn't even a gift. I apologize. The controls are so wonky in Rockstar games that it's probably too long for most people. Yeah, like, and menus. Like, even in GTA, going through fucking menu after menu after menu is a pain in the ass. I recently tried playing Red Dead Redemption 2 on a controller and quit immediately. Yeah, it's not... They could... As much as people love Rockstar games, including myself, like, menus in those games are just suck. Like, oh, sorry, spat everywhere. Like, radial menus as well, like, for just swapping things in and out is a pain in the ass. Mixer TM. The TM. Ranko Mixer, he didn't get kicked off. Yeah, I said on my birthday, my executive order is to shut the site down. Red Dead 2 and Kenna are dicey, all right. Yeah, to explain, if you want me to explain quickly, I can, Krasty. This is not, or actually, let me pre-reference anything. This isn't me ranking the games, it's ranking mainly how I enjoy streaming it, and then how much I enjoy the game comes into play a little bit, but it's mainly how was the stream, is what this ranking is. I love Red Dead Redemption 2. But we didn't realize that we got on a horse for like 30 minutes and kept lassoing each other, and that was about it. And it was fun. Wasn't the best content-wise, if that makes sense. And Kenna's the opposite of that, where it's like the streams are fine, but I just don't love this game as much as other people. So this one, I guess, is a dicey take. Yeah, I don't particularly love Kenna, but you know, people do. That's fine. You're sweet. I did have a good birthday. Crass and I went shopping at Primark, and then went and saw a Shakespeare play. Oh, let's go. What did you watch? I hope you had a good time. Why are human beings entertained by animals? This is sus. It's giving AI, but I don't want to say it is, or it's not. We literally, me, every time I see a TikTok nowadays and it looks a bit weird, I'm like, is that AI? And now I'm like, oh god, I feel like I'm 60. That's AI. Like, I see cat videos and I'm like, cute, but is that AI? We saw All Much Ado About Nothing, which Krause actually acted in college, so it was neat seeing the character he played. Is that the one with like Benvolio and isn't Beatrice? I think Much Ado About Nothing is the one I studied at school. They got the Birthday I song. Let's go. I despise Rockstar color schemes. Wait, why? In what way, Ren? And then it goes from kiddie game to Dark Souls. It gets rough. I think for me, I didn't even really emotionally connect with it, Krusty, if that makes sense. Like, I know a lot of people would probably like cry playing that game. I'm like, all right. I was Don John the Bastard. Is that the one that's played by Keanu Reeves in the movie? I'm trying to think. I'm trying to think of the characters. I nearly said Mercutio then, but that's Romeo and Juliet. Yeah, I think Much Ado About Nothing was the one I studied at school. Like, each English class had like different ones to do, and I think my class got Much Ado About Nothing. Which you think in England you learn more Shakespeare, but you don't. I think Romeo and Juliet I did briefly. I think that was for film studies as well, though. Or media. I know, what's the one with like Puck and stuff? Midsummer Night's Dream, is that one? I think other people, my friends did. Beatrice and Benedict are the main characters. Yeah, because then it's her sister, right? And it's like, are they at the wedding of Beatrice's sister or something? I don't remember the like, specifics, but I remember like small parts. Okay, one final thing before we do any sort of gaming is I want to talk about my top 10 games of the year. If you guys have top 10 games, I should have made this like a PowerPoint. I'm literally just going to tell you them because I haven't got visuals. But no, like I said, I played like 22 games this year, like new games from 2025. And I did rank them. If you want, I can go from bottom to top. You're mixering all the Shakespeare plays. It's a little amazing. I love it. Yeah, you know, I just know, you know, forsooth. And oh, I remember. No, I watched a I know the BBC did like a modern retelling of like all of the Shakespeare plays. I watched, I think, Macbeth. It had James McAvoy in it, I think. Did it have Keely Hawes in it as well? Hold on. Macbeth. Yeah, because he's like, oh, you see, like, I just remember random shit. yeah. He was a chef. Taming of the Shrew. So they're like setting him on set. I know Billy Piper's in, I think she's in Midsummer Night's Dream. Oh no, she did Much Ado About Nothing. Okay. Yeah, they work in like a local news studio. The hero's the sister. Macbeth, Taming of the Shrew, Midsummer Night's Dream. Yeah, I remember seeing the Macbeth one, and it was pretty fun. I think we watched that in class, so. We saw Macbeth, but one of the actors was incredibly drunk. It's called Drunk Shakespeare. Oh, that sounds kind of fun, though. I imagine they have to get to a certain point where, like, I'm not fully inebriated enough to be like, yeah, I'm forgetting all my shit. You know what I mean? It's a big question. After we're done with our current season, should we watch Big Brother UK? And what season should we start? Is there a way you can watch Big Brother UK? Oh, see, this is a hard question for me. Because when we were watching it in Vegas, like that was when, so Big Brother's gone for a bit of a shakeup here multiple times where it's changed channels. And so like when in 2023 was like the relaunch on where it currently sits. I've not seen it since then, because it got a bit silly. And so it's really hard to like recommend like, oh yeah, start here, because some seasons are absolute dog shit and some of them are actually pretty fun. And there are also ones that stick out in my head because of like how it was, I guess, like how iconic it was at the time. Like there's probably lists out there like people saying like, oh yeah, watch this. Like I think it's Big Brother Series 7 probably, which had like Nikki Graham, who like people in the UK might like know. Like that was a good series. I think the winner was like, oh, I shouldn't say that, was nearly spoiler. But yeah, some of them like I remember more fondly than others. So yeah, it's hard to like be like, yeah, you should watch this one. Then they had a challenge where once they were so many shots in, they either had to do an obstacle course or recite a monologue for a Shakespeare play other than Macbeth. Oh god, having to have that much Shakespeare in your head must be a pain in the ass. I'm trying to think how I could do a visualization. I can't, not quickly. But no, I'll go backwards from the games. I'll go from last to first. And again, I haven't necessarily played a bad game this year, thankfully. That is like new this year. So, I mean, looking at this list already, it shouldn't surprise you if I said that my game at the bottom to like 22 is Koira. Then Doom the Dark Ages, which is not on this list, I didn't stream it. Assassin's Creed Shadows at 20, then Outer Worlds 2 at 19, Oblivion Remastered, which some people might be like, wait, what? Because I love Oblivion. And Remaster was fun, but it kind of, it did the unfortunate almost opposite of nostalgia was there, and then it came into clear view how this game has aged, and I was like, oh no. Like the remaster was still good and it looked really nice, but like story, like just in itself, like kind of how the game played, it became very obvious to me how dated it was. And so I was kind of like, oh, okay. Then Marvel Cosmic Invasion, then Repo, then Keeper, then Peak, which is a whatever that was now. And then again, talking about how it's different from streams, then Rogue Prince of Persia. So I prefer streaming Peak, but I prefer Rogue Prince of Persia as a game. Then Silent Hill F, and then Sword of the Sea. That's my 11. So my top 10 for the year. And I want to know what your guys' top 10 is. If you have in your head a top 10 of what you played this year, new, I guess, mainly, let me know. My number 10 was Mario Kart World. Where is it? There. Then Shinobi. That one. Then South of Midnight at 8. Ball Pit, which again is not on here because I didn't stream it, is at 7. And then Pokemon Legends Arceus at 6. Donkey Kong Bonanza at 5. Dispatch at 4. Jesus Christ!
Card so I can end this, Yugi.
My grandpa's
Where do I
deck
go?
has no pathetic cards, Kaiba.
Oh, that's
But
not
it
it.
does contain the unstoppable...
Is it this one? Oh, there it is.
Ah, impossible!
Bro, I haven't done these in so long that I forget where I'm going. But then you have a God card. I need to do some... I want to do more of those in the new year as well. But yeah, Dispatch at number 4. Split Fiction at 3. Expedition 33 at 2. And then, of course, if you've been here when I talked about it, my number 1 game of the year, Hades 2 is best game of the year. Don't at me. My game of the year has to be Baldur's Gate 3. I clocked in around 2 hours this year. Or 200 hours. 2 hours. 200 hours this year. Let's go. Will 2026 be the year that I finally play it? Who knows? Maybe. From when Kaiba told him he was a disgrace to the game. But Kaiba's just an asshole anyway. I'd spend some of these 500,000 points. I need... Oh, in the new year, there'll be new ways of spending it. I think during my 2 weeks off, I'm going to set up crowd control. I need to work out, because I know you guys can pay money to get coins, but you can also use channel points to get them or some shit. I need to like look into it fully and like actually work it, so you'll be able to buy coins with channel points. Yeah, I haven't done crowd control yet, so that's something we are introducing in the new year. I'm excited.